meditation plus visualization is equal to manifestation. When you have understood this formula through your own experience, you have become a master. You have become a Jagat Guru. Only visualization without meditation will not manifest. The more you do meditation, the better your visualization will be, and the better your visualization, the better your manifestation.
For the last almost 1 year, we are trying to sell one property. A few days later, there was a manifestation session, and it was something I could see it, in my own eyes as it unraveled, that we got somebody who was an old family friend who wanted to buy a similar property, and over the next 2.5-3 weeks, they came and gave an advance to that property. So this is something which I really felt the power of manifestation.
I used to have this question in my mind: can you sit at home and get a salary of 50K? Is it even possible? Okay, let's try manifesting. So for everybody, lockdown has been very difficult, but for me, lockdown has got me my dream job of teaching, sitting at home. So I do enjoy that.
Right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the next session on Manifestation Week. Very happy morning and good afternoon, great evening to everyone. So yesterday what we learned is it's all about energies. So we have to watch where we're putting our energies. And it is really important that we have goals so we can focus our energies. The single pointed focus comes from knowing what you're trying to achieve. So that's the topic of today. So we'll hand over to Chandra sir to give us more on that topic.
Thank you, Radhika. Happy morning, dear friends and masters, and great afternoon and evening. Is my voice audible clearly? I thought your voice was a little low. Just wondering.
Yeah, it is still a little low.
My voice is low?
Yeah, it feels like you're talking from a distance.
So for me, it's very clear, sir.
Okay. Sridhar, how is it? Why can't I hear Sridhar? Okay.
It's good, sir. Only that the mid is very high. So maybe if you are using equalizer, the mid has to be low.
Okay. You went somewhere. I know. I didn't understand that one. It's okay. Okay. Welcome again, dear friends. Quantum field of possibilities. Yesterday, we're talking about one of the properties of this quantum field is that it is one field. In the 5-step manifestation process, being focused was one, and then being open to unlimited possibilities is two. These unlimited possibilities are coming from that quantum field, which is one, which is whole. So one property of this quantum field of energy, that we exist as part, as matter, that we are caused into matter, that we are here, is one, and then two, it is unlimited possibilities. Possibility is equal to an experience, potential experience in the physicality. That is becoming matter. And that is happening through attention or observation. So this is the third property of it, is that when you observe, observation causing certain possibilities to become real, physical, become matter. Till the time that observation is there. So then, in this understanding of our thoughts create reality, any thought can exist, so any possibility can exist. Any thoughts create reality. So thought can be any, that means any is equal to any possibility. We established that. Now thought create reality, so that is thought is observation, so it is bringing reality, means physically it's coming into picture. So we need to be careful with everything about our thought. We need to be utmost careful. We need to be absolutely careful, or another way to use is, we need to be clear what we want. If we are clear about what we want, then we think about that, and so then we bring that. We need to be alert and aware of what we are thinking, even if we don't have clarity. We need to be alert and aware about not attracting that thing that we do not want by not thinking about it. So I would like us to stay there to say the 2 points. One is, it's one field. This whole idea of meditation is to become that one field. What's next? But becoming that one field is where you and I and everybody are connected. It is that thing. Becoming one field is naturally leading towards a peaceful planet. Coexistence for everybody. When we heard the word oneness, and every spiritual master talks about oneness, only oneness. And why, when people go into spirituality, why go into meditation, and then assuming that they're doing the right practices, they're all in one way or the other are becoming this one. They experience that oneness. When you experience that oneness, you are part of it. Everybody is part of it. Then you start seeing less difference between you and the person next to you. You start seeing less difference between you and that animal next to you. So then, when we start experiencing this oneness, our thoughts naturally are going to be towards something that is beneficial for everybody. It has to become that way. The more we experience wholeness, that oneness, the more our thoughts, and the more we understand it, the more slowly our thoughts move towards those that are beneficial to not only to me, to the person here, the place there, everything. If the thoughts are not becoming that, we are becoming still unmindful of constantly asking, thinking, then we are absolutely haven't been experiencing that yet. We experience temporarily, but our influence, we are allowing the environment to influence us significant enough that we become matter again. We have more matter, less energy. The more we practice, we become less matter, more energy. Just the way it is so natural for us in a given house, in a home, where when you are seeking something, when you are dreaming something, when you want something, you are never dreaming about something, or at least if you're mindful, then you're always looking for, hey, is it going to hurt my family? If it's going to hurt them, I'm not going to do that. If you're aware about enough, then you will do that. You'll always seek something which is not causing them something else. You're not causing them to lose something. You try that way. Beneficial to everybody is always that what we do in a family, naturally. What is meditation? When we start experiencing the oneness, we start doing the same for everybody. That is one understanding. But the second understanding, of course, is that in order for us to individually experience our life, our thoughts have to be set. Our thoughts have to be clearly focused towards things that we want. And that in the three-step manifestation process, dear friends, we're calling it clear goals. Be clear about what you're looking for. And then visualize on that. Then we have start utilizing something of the power of the subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind is powerful. We are operating 90%. And so then the idea here is to utilize the subconscious mind to declare to the subconscious mind clearly that this is what is important to me. And if you can do that, then the subconscious mind operates for us to constantly seek the possibilities from this field by projecting. Because observation manifests possibilities, so it's constantly observing what we need. And then moving into the subconscious mind of what we want is called visualization. Having clarity to set goals and then moving that thing into the subconscious mind is called visualization. We're going to understand this process deeply today after meditation. Let's go into meditation once again, dear friends. We are practicing Ana-Pana-Sati meditation. Breath mindfulness meditation. Our goal is to empty the mind and then be in the state of emptiness for as long as we can. And we do this by simply observing our natural breath. So eyes closed, remove the specs, fingers into fingers, and then keep your hands down into your lap comfortably. Cross your feet at ankle. Cross your feet at ankle. So this is the posture. Sit down in the chair or in the floor. Cross your feet at ankle. If you're on the floor, cross leg like that. And then be comfortable in your body. Take back support. And then in that posture, your attention anywhere on the nose, preferably in the middle of the eyebrows, and observe your in-breath and out-breath. No manipulation, no tampering of the breath. Be with that natural breath. Observe that breath anywhere on the nose as a reference point. See the breath is going in and coming out. When I observe the breath, mind is empty. It's becoming empty. And when the mind is becoming empty, you be in that state. If you see any sensations in the body, movements, visions, colors, any of those things that may happen, be a witness to it. Observe them. Do not analyze them. Do not interpret them. It's no time to interpret and analyze. Why am I seeing this? Why am I feeling this? It is just to be a witness. Whenever you are observing something that you know is not your thought, when you experience something that you know is not your thought, but it is something beyond your body, beyond thought, and so be with it, be a witness to it. If you determine that it is your thought, then bring your attention back to the breath again and observe. And so that slowly you go into the empty state. You will know it. Now, when you are in doubt, is it thought or no thought? Continue as experience and observe it. When you are in doubt, thought or no thought, continuous experience and observe it. But when you know for sure you're thinking about today's plan, and thinking about how soon this gets over so that I can go and then watch your show, whatever that is, then you know that bring your attention back to the breath again and observe. And when we do that observation again, we're empty-minded, and then be in the state of emptiness. That emptiness is energy. That is this quantum field that we learned yesterday. So we are merging into the field of energy. We're truly becoming what we are inside, innately inside. We are emptiness and energy. We are experiencing that our wholeness, our larger impersonal self, we are experiencing that. You give it a name, consciousness, you give it a name, your soul, anything you want to call it, but simply call it quantum field of energy. We are becoming that. We are familiarizing ourselves with that energy. Our energy is full of possibilities, so we are familiarizing with the possibilities. You may not know it consciously, but it is happening. We are part of it. A physical construct, we know, is that when you are with somebody who is very, very experienced in a given field, the longer you spend time with them, the more wisdom you gain. Exactly is happening. So when we are with this field, the more we gain. We recognize this later when we are in a wakeful time as an insight and this and that, right? So our goal is to empty our mind and then be in the state of emptiness. The happening naturally is observing the breath. I'm guiding, by the way, but then guidance is secondary. I want you to understand that guidance is secondary. When you are in this observing the breath, slowly you're transported to the empty state of mind. And there you may not be consciously aware. That means you may not be aware of my guidance. Don't bother about it. You may not be aware of the music. Don't bother about it. All you need to figure this out for yourself is that if you don't have thought, if you don't think that you have thought, then you are in a good place and be there. If you think that you have thought, attention back to the breath. That means you're consciously in the body, right? But you're consciously aware you don't have thought, and then you sort of following the instruction, beautiful, then be there, right, friends? So this is Ana-Pana-Sati we're practicing. And before we do this, we are doing something called heart elevation process to lower the volume of thought and then be into that. Just follow my guidance for it. Simple, by elevating yourself with a higher emotion. Relax yourself, dear friend. Sit comfortably. Your eyes closed, fingers into fingers. I would like you to make an intention today that you are connecting in deeply with that field of energy. You're becoming one with that field today. And you're staying in that field for as long as possible. Make that intention. Send it. Every thought is energy. And be excited that you are going to be touching on the doors of this quantum field. Dear friends, dear masters, keep your hands on your chest area. With your eyes closed, specs removed. With a slow, long, relaxing breath, can you your beautiful heart. Can you feel the beat of your heart center? Feel it. Connect with it. Feel this heart center, the seat of all emotion, nurturing all life with its energies of love, joy, gratitude. With a greater love for life, with a greater passion for life, I would like you to recollect an experience from your past, from your present, where you felt enormous joy, gratitude, compassion, kindness. And relive that moment and feel that energy. Relive that moment of love, of joy, of compassion, and feel that energy inside your beautiful heart. Stay connected to it, your heart center. Feel it. The more you experience love, joy, gratitude, the more coherent you become with all things and everybody. The more you find your connection into this field of energy, of wholeness, of oneness. Feel that energy relive that moment of love and allow yourself to radiate that energy onto every corner of this planet Earth. Where your attention goes, there the energy flows. Slowly, I would like you to go into breath mindfulness meditation with your fingers into fingers, hands rested comfortably in your lap. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath, dear friends. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to slowly become empty of all thoughts in your mind. As your mind is becoming empty, can you become aware of that emptiness inside of you, all around you? When we empty the mind of all thought, we slowly experience that greater emptiness of no body, of no thing. Merge into your breath and allow yourself to merge into that emptiness, that blackness. If you find yourself distracted in thought, go back to observing your breath and slowly find that emptiness all around. Longer you stay aware of this field as no body, the more open you become. Merge into your breath. Merge into that emptiness of yourself. Go deeper and deeper into yourself. Relax your body. Feel your body. And let your autonomous nervous system repair your body as you relax. Recollect your experiences from the session. And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds. Then you may open your eyes. Okay, friends. Hope you enjoyed the session. The more we are with this empty state, the more we are tuning in to the possibilities. And the tuning in is happening through what we have intended now or in the past, or we may be intending in future. Our intentions match the possibilities to bring them in. So all we have to do is to be in this empty state for as long as we can. Yes, before we understand what does it mean to set clear goals and visualize, I think Radhikaji has a few things to say. Yes.
Thank you, Chandra. Beautiful meditation today. Friends, we have few announcements. Just a reminder about the quiz that went out. I know few of you have reached out that you have not received, and that will be taken care today. You will get the email. Please send your email address to your groups, group leaders, and they will take care of it. And another reminder, we have book club today for Conversations with God by Neil Donald Walsh. And that is at 8:15 a.m. and 8 p.m. Friends, we are also going to have this mindfulness moment event every month on 21st, which is coming up for this month. It's 1 million 1 hour, 1 consciousness meditation program. So please join.
Your voice has to be louder. It's low, I think so.
Okay, let me speak up.
Yeah.
It's the mindfulness movement event on 21st starts at 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. The idea of 1 million participants doing 1 hour meditation to heal the planet and heal everyone. So please join and spread the word so we can have the 1 million meditators doing for 1 hour. That is on the 21st from 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Okay. Your voice is a little bit low today.
I'm not using my headphones, that's why maybe, sorry.
Okay. Anybody would like to share one experience from today's meditation before we go into our session on setting goals and visualization?
Ranjana madam? Go ahead and unmute yourself, Ranjana. Go ahead.
Namaste, Chandra sir. Namaste, ma'am. How are you all? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. So I just wanted to share, since this is a meditation, this manifestation week, and something that happened. It was a small thing, but it was like, I was able to manifest. So I had some updates on my laptop, and because of those updates, my screen just went black yesterday. And while during meditation, and then afterwards in the nighttime, I just manifested that my laptop is going to be fine. It's going to boot up and all. And in the morning, after I talked to the tech people, and all they had to do was reset. So I avoided a major disaster on my laptop by just thinking that everything is going to be fine, and I'm working, I visualize those, and it was just a reset of the battery. So I just wanted to share that. It's a small thing, but I think I avoided a major work on my laptop.
We all can understand how much work it is.
Yes.
And we don't know where the problem can be. All right. So thank you, Ranjanaji.
Thank you. Thank you.
In our pursuit of experiencing life more, two important steps that we understood. One is staying focused in what you're looking for, and then being open to the possibilities. And if you do these two, then we are attracting things into our life based on whether we consciously or unconsciously we intend for things. We're always intending, oh, it'd be nice to have that, how would it be to experience myself who I am? Everything that we are thinking is an intention that you're setting out. And so when you are setting out these intentions, either consciously or unconsciously, and they come into physicality, they start coming into physicality when we don't block them, so that we are open to them. You're not surprised that you're thinking that, no, hey, tomorrow I can become the member of parliament of my region. You think about it, you're not very surprised about it, neither are we very cynical about it. And so if you're not, then you are naturally or potentially allowing that possibility to come into your life. The default creation is happening into your life. You don't necessarily have to have a goal, but then instead, whatever is your default state of being, and as the being is changing and whatever it's intending, subconsciously not knowing, is coming into your life. It does not require a special goal. If you're already full of those, you already are, doing your job, doing your business, in your community, that service, whatever that you're doing, and you've got plenty of them going, and so then they all are going to start coming through more and more. But then many at times we do not have a specific goal. We are doing our job because it's going to feed us. Right? Sometimes we're not fully aligned to what we really want. Instead, we are there, maybe in the push and pull of life. And so we are there, we're doing our job. We go to the job, we come back, 9 to 5, 8 to 6, whatever that is. Slowly with meditation, everything we're doing is becoming more and more beautiful, interesting, so that you start making changes into those. We'll understand some of it next week in emotional intelligence, how we start liking what we do because we start bringing things that we love to do through meditation. With meditation, we start aligning towards things that will make us happy. Some way or the other, that's what his goals and visualization is about. If you are a businessman, you're already are very passionate about it and you're going after it. You got your goals set because you're passionate, you're driving your passions. If you are a musician, you're already there and you are practicing it deeply, and then every day, and then you've got dreams and you're already there. So many people by default have them, they just don't know them. But some, and in cases, many cases, where they are pursuing something today, the job or their time they spend beyond the job, maybe because they're out of compulsion, because out of, as a good manners or this and that, you're doing it, but not that excited about it. You're just spending time. You wanted always to run a business, but then you kept thinking that, no, okay, 40 years is over, it's not a good time. I've got so many responsibilities. 50 years, okay, it is not at all a good time to even risk thing now. Let me just continue. So we kept postponing things. And so because we just felt it's not in our reach, or because we felt we were compelled with the environment or the circumstances, it's not a good time. But this is where the goals and visualization come into picture. That if there are things that you've set aside, and there are things that you want to bring them into your life, but you thought they're not possible, but then if you understood enough that every possibility of every experience of life exists in the field, without independent of your current condition, that's the key. Current environmental condition of your financial status, your intelligence status, or your emotional status, or a social status, independent of any of them, then if you are truly passionate about something, then you set that as a goal. And then you dream about it. That's what we're saying here. It's not necessary. Default creation is happening based on what you already intended or what your current state of being, which subconsciously you're already working towards. But it is good. It's like an actively playing a game. You play the game actively for some time. When you are getting tired, you want to just come to the step aside, let the other person play the game while you are still in it at your thought level, but physically may not be playing the game. In the same way, we take up stuff, whether it's work or personally, community, we take up things, we do them, we finish them, we experience them deeply, and then time for relaxation, time for assimilation. So we step back, we enjoy that success, that experience, and then we go back again and say, okay, I want to do it again. Nobody would like to do back to back, let's say 2 Himalayan trips of 10 days, back to back. You will say, no, I mean, I just went there and come back. You want some rest in between, and then you're going to go back again, right? So we're doing it already in life. And so we're just giving the right name called setting clear goals and then dreaming about it so that you can accelerate manifestation of those experiences into your life. Otherwise, this mind is going here, there. When the energy is not directed towards something, then it is scattered and it is going all over. You see, with meditation, we are gaining so much energy. We're conserving energy. Less thought, less speech. Leads to anyway less action, less unwanted action. And so there is so much of energy conserved and we're gaining energy. And so this energy needs to be channelized towards something. And so if you felt your day-to-day job or what you're doing is not exciting enough, it's a time to set up a clear goal so that your energy is directed towards it, right? That promotion, that non-profit, that deeper wanting to know more about yourself, that fire has to be there. So let's understand a few concepts about this thing called setting goals and visualize. This video, we understood that every physical event, yesterday we said, every physical event is an appearance of patterns of subatomic particles influenced by our observation. So observation is thoughts and feelings of an experience. An event is nothing but an experience. An experience has got people, places, things. So we are looking for experiences. The first step in manifestation is, are you seeking things or are you seeking experiences? When we recognize the difference, I say, I'm seeking an experience. I'm less bothered about thing. I want an experience. That money will come when you seek about feeling that abundance to go and then do things. Right? Though the relationship will happen when you're seeking experience of love and joy and and adventures with a group of people, the relation will happen. Right? So the experiences is what we ultimately want, because we're in reality in life, if you want something, is because you fundamentally there's an experience behind. I want to go and then do service about protecting this lake, this planet, and this and that. Why are you seeking it? Because there is an experience deep inside you seek, because you feel good. You feel proud. You feel good. You feel proud. You feel meaningful to your life because you've done something meaningful that is benefiting everybody. You feel satisfied. There is an experience that you're seeking, and so why you're asking for something, right? So it's all about experience, dear friends, that we manifest. So point to and recognize and understand it. Do you have clarity of what we want, right? A lot of times, as we said in the beginning of this program, 90 to 95% of what we think are 90 to 95% of what we think are negative, redundant, worrisome, unwanted, right? Thoughts in the mind, 95% of the thoughts are repetitive. They're draining our energy. Change them. Our mind has to be focused towards things that we want, not just unconsciously think about things that we don't want. Hey, the traffic is so bad. Why should we even think about it? If you don't intend to want to have the traffic, then why should you think about the traffic is bad? The more you say it, the more you get into those situations. The less you think about it, the more freely you might move through at that moment. We all know it. Many times you're surprised. Hey, today, I thought there'd be a lot of traffic, but it's just clear roads. I don't know why it is. I thought it'll take 45 minutes, but I actually came by 30 minutes. Somewhere now that signal was just free. I went through it. I thought it's going to take me 10 days to do this work because last time and last 2 times my team said it's going to take so much time, but then it's all happened quickly. It depends on how you think. I thought it's not possible at all. There's no way to complete this under $1,000. It's not possible to complete it under that. Versus thinking that positively that yes, this is the budget, I'm finishing it within this. There are 2 different ways to think about it. So the thoughts are thousands of thoughts. Many of them are repetitive, many of them are negative, random, just thinking, talking about things that are unwanted. Weather is this way or that way. Whichever way weather, the weather patterns are there to experience every weather, right? It's nature. When summer is good for many people, it's got to be good for us too. It depends on how you think and feel. How your condition is what is causing you to say, oh, it's so hot, man. It's just not possible to be here. If many people love cold weather, there's got to be a reason why they're loving. So it's all based on a mind, dear friends. Why do we give so much? And I used to think that way too. But then later recognize that nature is there to experience everything that's given. Enjoy the rain, enjoy the weather. So all the redundant stuff goes away slowly. Repeated thoughts, what are they doing? They're strengthening the memory connection, making them stronger. The neuroscience behavior is that when you repeat things, they're becoming stronger and stronger. Cells fire, that fire together, wire together. So the thing is, the concept here is that when you are thinking of random thoughts, now they produce feelings based on your past experience. Now the feelings trigger more thought. Suppose today is a hot day. You hear in the weather report, it's going to be very hot. It's going to be very, very hot. And so then, do certain things. Now that thing triggers a feeling, say, oh my God, it's going to be hot. And then suddenly that, hot means certain notion for you, that is kicking in, right? And you feel, however you felt last time because the heat was there, suddenly that bring that, because the thought of, hey, it's going to be hot is not good, is produce a certain feeling from the past. A little agitated, right? Little agitated about your situation. Maybe, there's not good ventilation at home. You feel more agitated. Now that thought, and then brings back a memory about, how a friend has shared with you something else. Now that produces some more feeling. That feeling produces one more thought about how some guests came and then it was so difficult for the guests in your home, and then how you are, feeling that, hey, come on, I got to change my way I live. I got to really change it, frustrating to say. Then it suddenly thought goes into your company. Said, this company is not paying me good money. It just keeps going, one after the other, linked up. Thoughts produce feelings, feelings produce thoughts. So we are constantly in this loop of thinking, feeling loop. This has to be broken. The reason we are not able to break this cycle, and so we keep reinforcing them into a subconscious. See, things, the cells that fire to the white to the means whatever that you think and feel regularly is slowly going into your long-term memory, the subconscious mind. That's your subconscious program. I showed a slide in the third day of this program. All these sessions are available on YouTube. It does a lot of good to go back and revisit the concepts. And the third day of the program, we showed a slide and said subconscious mind holds all the beliefs, our memories and our long-term memories, our patterns and habits, our perceptions, right? And so then we are constant in this thinking, feeling loop. We're not able to break out of them. What can help? Awareness. When you regularly meditate, there is awareness. That's awareness about your thought, your feeling. That awareness can, now the moment you build a new model of living and said, hey, if I'm constantly talking about things that are negative, then I'm going to create more of it. That awareness is sufficient. That's your new model now. And so then you break the pattern there. That awareness requires us to meditate, to lower down the volume of a thought. So that's one point difference. We've got to break this thinking, feeling loop. More meditation helps us. And so then, now coming into these thoughts, and this is where I love Patriji simplified the concept. Now, many masters have many models of classifying the thought. You see, our experience is shared by our thought. So it is important that we understand what kind of thought is going in your mind. What is that inner chatter that goes on? That thinking, feeling loop that goes on. Patriji classified them into 4 types of thought: disastrous, negative, positive, and miraculous. Disastrous, negative, positive, and miraculous. Now, clearly, the positive and miraculous thoughts are the elevated thoughts, what we call are thoughts that are more supportive, more constructive, more expansive towards what you are looking to have. A disastrous thought is saying that I'm absolutely going to fail. No way. This is like the standard dialogue that we use. Yeah, you can try, but it's definitely not going to work. If you use this dialogue, yeah, you can try. It is definitely not going to work. And if you are catching yourself with that kind of thought, say yes, it happens. Yeah, I know I'm trying it, but it's not going to work. How is it possible? It never worked. These are the statements used, they're disastrous thoughts because it's never going to work. And you say that with a lot of feeling. A German university said, when you are expressing something with feeling, now you're producing a lot more energy. That feelings produce a lot more electromagnetic energy because the feeling, the emotion is in the body, the whole body. It's a body is a magnetic field, generates a magnetic energy. And then the brains are producing plenty of electric energy. And so you got this electromagnetic energy going, but the feelings are amplifying. And so you are producing a lot more stronger signal into the quantum field, saying that it is absolutely not possible. It's not going to work. So you want it to fail. You don't know, but you say you want it to fail. Yeah, you can try booking the tickets, but you're not going to get it. It's not possible. And so then you want it to fail, not knowing, and so that's what you're going to return in return. So disastrous thoughts are where you're absolutely saying you're concluding beforehand. A businessman trying to start a business. You tried 2 times, you failed, and so now you're starting a 3rd time a business. You got to do, right? And you're doing it. And so then as you're entering into it, if one could be a disastrous thinking, I don't think I have the skill and I'm going to fail one more time. I upset my family. I downed everybody. I'm just going to be a failure once again. This is the state of being. You start with it. And then so as you start the business, you probably open your office and then somebody says your licenses cannot be granted, cancelled. There itself it stops. A negative thought is saying that I know I failed, but I think I'm going to have a tough time this time too. But let me try. I'm going to do somehow. I'm going to make it. And so then you go into that. It is slightly lesser in thing. You go in, you run your business probably for some time, and at least in a year, 2 years, it will always in the negative. It's not making profit. So what do? You got to close it down because you can't just, there's no infinite money, right? It is there depending on how you think. But otherwise, it's not there. So you close it down. Negative thought. A positive thought is that, I've failed in the past, but however, many people are in my community are succeeding. I think there is enough market here. So I'm going to go and then figure this out. I'm going to make it happen. This time, I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to make it happen. You're positive. And so then problems will come, but then I'm going to definitely go through them. I know it. My business is cyclical. I got to hold on to it. I'm going to hold on to this when the low period is there, and I'm going to come through it somehow. And when you are thinking this frame of mind, dear friends, and automatically you're going through it, and you are probably scraping through, and then you're probably making the 10%, 12%, 20%, and then you are still successful. May not be making a lot of profit, but you're successful. You're running the business now. A miraculous person is thinking that our market in this area is growing at 50%. And then so I'm going to be growing at 100%. There are many companies that have done it, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to be growing at 100% clip. If companies are doing it, I can do it because there is so much market out there to capture. So it's a matter of, rather than trying to bucket myself as everybody, everyone is growing at this, I also grow there, but I'm going to grow at 100% clip. That's how you think. That's the dreaded place. Nobody went there. But then they also need help. So I'm doing my nonprofit. It is okay, it's safe. I'm going to go into it and then still work and then teach meditation in those jails. Nobody goes there. But I'm going to be going and then bringing everybody in the jail to meditate. Miraculously think positively, and then you go there, dear friends, and you are achieving, if not 100%, you're going to achieve 70% growth. If not everyone in the jail, you're going to teach at least 50% of them. Everybody needs that help in jails. Punishment is going to make things horrible. You need, fear is going to make things worse. Love is essentially going to transform people. We know this. That's the message of Mahatma Gandhiji anyway. And so meditation is fundamentally giving that love-based approach. You got to make them sit down. You got to make them quiet in their minds. So automatically they start connecting. They start becoming whole. They feel good. They start changing their thought process. Beautiful way that one can get transformed. All right, friends. So when we understand this 4 level of thought, it becomes obvious that we start moving towards positive and miraculous territory. We are aware. We start building. When you recognize their unlimited possibility, you start dreaming big. No longer 10% growth. No longer, that standard 8% hike. No longer that is not possible. I don't have time. No longer, you don't have time. You said, okay, it's all about your thought. So I'm doing my job, but I'm also going and helping that community here. You can do many things. So then, how do we stay in elevated thoughts, dear friends? One way is to set your clear goals and then be passionate about it. And then it's a vision of the future. That means something that you're excited about. Your elevated thoughts are something that you're excited about. Is creating a vision and a goal and that inspires your every part of you. Draw vision boards, make mind movies about that goal. You're doing your job, but you always wanted to be that musician. You want to learn the music. You want to sing to your family, to your alumni, to your friends. You dreamt about when every time somebody went up to the stage and sang, you dreamt, your cells responded and said, hey, come on, it'll be so good to think and to sing. Take it up. Now is the time to bring that passion out. You are a nature lover. You wanted to do those trekkings, but the environment, conditioning, your body, many things have told you to not do it. People have just advised you not do it. You just put off that fire. So now is the time to kindle it. Why not? The more you think that, the more you can go and then do these trekkings, and you start making your initial move, your body starts responding. It will respond. The more you dream about your future experience of what you want, that you are visualizing, you're going and then tracking. So the part here is that you got to take goals. If you already have something that you're going after, it's fine. The goal can be to know more about yourself. The goal can be to do extreme astral travel, to know your past. The goal can be to assimilate everything in the Bhagavad Gita, and by just reading it, you've been struggling to read, but then you imagine, visualize. So what do you do? And say, I am studying Bhagavad Gita, all chapters beautifully to my satisfaction. Could be your goal. Now, why do you want it? Now, we all can have goals. Number one, what is the need for to have it? So with meditation, regularly you gain clarity. What is important? We have a bucket list of 20. Regular meditation helps you to drop some. Then you'll stay with some. Put them on a vision board. Search for vision board in a net. Dream boards. You'll find many things. We're going to cover in a lot of detail of vision boards, mind movies in a workshop that I'm doing in August. Normally, manifestation is difficult to cover in a little time that we have. But then drawing vision boards where you set what you're looking for as 3-4 things. It could be only one thing, that I'm just knowing more about myself through studying Bhagavad Gita. The whole existence is explained through it. How to reach that existence. It could be Dhyana Yoga, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. Whatever that is that I can go through and then experience it. I'm going to learn Bhagavad Gita and understand the whole thing. Could be your goal. Draw that vision board. Right? Draw the vision board and then draw the experiences around the vision board. Is called mind movie. You need to know why you're asking for something. Why do you want that promotion? Why do you want that help in the to go and then to work with these disabled children? What do you need for? What is it doing to you? You feel proud? What experience are you seeking by asking for certain things into your life? What experience is that you're seeking? That's what is called knowing more about having clarity of the goal. If you want 50% growth in your company, fine. But what are you going to do with that? All that growth has happened. You're going to travel. You're going to share profit with employees. You're going to go and then speak at conferences to tell how it is successful. You're going to mentor some youngsters so that the young entrepreneurs, so that they also can utilize that wisdom. They're all the experiences that you probably are seeking. So put all of them as mind movie and then start dreaming about them. Right? So that's what it means by dreaming, is that you set a goal, then you fundamentally are declaring. So your brain is start working for you to pull down all the things that are required towards meeting that goal. You see, consciousness, your awareness, your intelligence is always want to help you. If you set an intention and an unwavering intention, and then you think about it, and then so it is always trying to send back those messages. That's what you start drawing in your meditation. Your meditation, empty yourself, then you start familiarizing to bring that possibility that you're intending into your life. Your goals are your intentions. That experience that you're seeking are the ones that are your intentions. So they start coming into your life when you do this. So having a goal and then visualizing, dreaming about is a way to start staying in elevated thoughts. Right. So dear friends, you're going to know some more of this. As we go into it tomorrow, we'll understand some more about this visualization, concept of visualization. And we'll probably use that into a meditation tomorrow. We're calling it manifestation meditation, right? So we're doing emptiness. We're going to the empty states, and then towards the end, we start dreaming and visualizing about those experiences that we seek, right? That's part of visualization I'll explain tomorrow. But what can help is that on Monday, I've challenged, I said, take up some goal. See the things that you want to manifest. And now is the time to start thinking about what is that I want to have in my life. Things that you have set aside. Things that you're passionate, that you were not really pursued because you thought age is over, money is not there, resources are not there, time is not there. Time to write those down and then narrow down to one of those. And if you didn't have one, just continue to meditate and you become more clear about it, right? And because whatever that you're narrowing down to one or two, we're going to start utilizing them into some meditations that we're going to do during the rest of the program every now and then, where you're going to dream about, visualize about that aspect. Thank you very much. We'll learn more tomorrow again. Yes, Radhika. Anything more?
Thank you, Chandra. This is really helpful to know. I think that's a very common question people have. We don't know what which is where I was too. But yes, it in anything small, just like maybe learning music or painting. And I've seen this. I started learning music, and my family member suddenly realized he can paint wonderfully, So doing more meditation, it'll come. It doesn't have to be big, lofty goals. It can be small ones that you can start with. Thank
Wonderful.
you for such a wonderful session today. So I think we will close, and we'll open for some sharing after, and anyone who needs to drop can drop, but we'll be here for some sharing.
I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. And I know the light of love is shining in my eyes. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Yes, I am. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. And I know the light of love is shining in my eyes. I am happy.
Yes. Would like to share something or any questions?
We have Amita Batra. Go ahead, Amita, unmute yourself.
Hello, Radhika. Namaste, Chandra sir.
Namaste.
Based on what you shared today, it was really
Amita, I think you're freezing up.
But I just had a question that was in my mind, and I wanted to clarify it.
Turn off your video and then speak.
Is that better?
Yeah, maybe you
Can you
can
hear
turn
me?
off your.
Maybe I'll turn off my. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
Is that
Can
better?
you Yeah, that's better. Repeat what you were trying to say.
Okay, sure. Namaste, sir, and hi, Radhika. Hello, Radhika ji. And I just wanted to say that, what the meditation was great. I did have a question on what you were sharing after about manifestation and negative thoughts. And I want to give an example of what just happened today. And I want to understand that was I being negative, or how to differentiate between a negative thought and a logically, which I don't believe in, or something like that. I'm not sure how to phrase it, but I was confused about was I being, if that's okay, can I narrate a small incident that happened today and understand?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay. So my husband was sharing something today with what he wanted to do, but with something to do with the stock market and stuff, but I don't believe in it, and it doesn't resonate with me. So I was like, I don't know, it's up to you if you want to do it, but I wouldn't do it. I don't connect with it, and it doesn't make sense to me. So I was wondering later that was I being negative, or is that okay to just not feel it? If I don't feel it, then not to definitely want to support him. But if it doesn't make sense to me, it's hard for me to do it. Am I being negative?
You gave an unwanted advice, unsolicited advice, right? spirituality is saying that you question somebody when you know it's going to help them grow spiritually. Let them experience materially. We can tell 1,000 things, but then unless we have personal experience to learn through it, good or bad, success or failure doesn't matter, right? Learn through it, then it's really there, right? So yeah, if they are passionately pursuing, but saying that I won't do it can definitely influence the other person and say, okay, it's not good, right? It's not good. So we don't do that. We don't say it. If they ask you, then say it. What your opinion? It depends on what their state of being is. If the state of being is sabka sunenge, apna karenge, then it is okay. Whatever you say doesn't matter. They're going to still do it, so they're not affected. All right? It's like that. I think she is muted, otherwise she's not able to talk. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I am able to unmute it. So it's okay, right? What I'm understanding is that I'm not being negative. I just don't want to give an opinion or have a feeling about it because I don't resonate with it, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're not being negative, meaning it is discouraging the other person from what they're doing. And if their emotional state, if the state of being is not strong, then they will take that. And they'll get muddied with their drive. It influences them, right? So I won't do it is unnecessary. It's part of Vakshetra. We allow people to do what they want to do.
Okay.
Part of their understanding.
Okay.
Right? You know, something I really learned
Gotcha.
from Patriji. If you go to him and say, "Sir, I'm going to do this," whether it is a material experience, you'll never say anything. You say, "Okay, sure, go ahead and do it." Whatever you say want to do, is to do it. Because it's truly respect you as you as consciousness. You're seeing you as consciousness and saying, "Okay, do it." Because you know that everything is an experience at the end.
Right, right.
But if I feel strongly ever that it is important that I question you, then he has his way of talking about it later. Very, very rarely then I'm questioning that, feeling strongly. It is so blatantly wrong from a spiritual growth. Material experiences doesn't matter. If
Gotcha.
not this time, next time they'll come out of it. Yeah, no problem.
Okay. That helps. Thank you.
Thank you, Amita, for the question. Next, we have Indrajit. So please unmute yourself.
Hello, I have some network issues, so I will not be able to put on my video. But I just wanted to share a small thing what happened just 2 days back. It's about manifestation. We had a huge target to complete, but my boss was not sure whether the team would be able to complete. He just told me, "Madam, is it possible? Will we be able to do it?" I don't know, just because of this meditation, I had a strong feeling. The target was very big, but I had a very strong feeling that we can do it. And we could do it. Till the end, my boss was telling, "Madam, nahi hoga." And I was, "Sir, ho jayega, sir, ho jayega." And in the end, we completed the target. So it was just because I had manifested it in my mind that this is going to get completed. So I would just like to thank everybody and especially sir, to put that thing into our head that when you manifest something, it surely happens.
Yes, wonderful. You're at least allowing the possibility to happen.
Yes, sir.
And you're able to finish that possibility now itself. Sometimes it may not be now, it could be a next iteration. But at least you're thinking of the right step. This time, you are not negative about it like your manager. And so then you're allowing it to come in, right? And since you are the primary cause of it, you're the primary influencer of it who was doing it, so you're allowing it to come in. And so then it happened. If you're not allowing it, it is difficult for it to happen. Now, if you allowed it, now it has happened this time immediately. Sometimes it may not be in this iteration, but then sometimes it is the state of being carries out in the next iteration and it will happen, right? We recognize that and understand it.
Okay.
We will know this. Okay.
In fact, sir, the whole team was so negative about it. Ki nahi hoga, nahi hoga. And I was the only one telling, ho jayega, it is possible. And in the end, in the evening, everybody was, wow, we've done it. So it was a good thing. But I know it was only because that I had manifested it positively. Ki it will happen. And even if it doesn't happen, at least I had this one, I was positive about it. That was the basic funda behind the whole thing. I said, I won't mind, let myself be, pulled down. But I did not think even once that it will not happen. So I think that helped the team and me, because I was giving them positive energy only. That's what I feel.
See, how long have you been meditating, madam?
I just, this is my first session, sir.
First session.
Yeah, first
being, if you're sincere, our practice meditation, our state of being is changing. The state of being is fundamentally important for any manifestation.
Okay.
Thoughts can be positive, but what is the feeling deep inside? And so I have to believe that your state of being is already changing. That means by default, you start becoming a positive person, right? You start thinking positive about things, environment. You know that, okay, things will happen. Subconsciously, if you don't believe it is there, but then consciously just think thought-wise, that's where many things don't come together. So a meditator who is sincerely practicing, regularly practicing, and then start becoming more positive, the state of being changes. They start emitting that love, the positive energy. One person is sufficient in a room to change the energy, to shift the energy. Because you, by default, produce, because we all are producing this energy, we're carrying, we're a walking energy field. And so where we go, and then we are rubbing that energy waves to the people around, so that generally are feeling the same. While their mind does not allow them to think that is possible, they feel, because the energy fields collide first. And so the energy field from you, and I'm a single meditator, we've seen it again and again. In a meeting room, they shift the energy of the meeting just by changing the way they speak or just being there. So perhaps some of those are coming into picture here, right? And we need to keep experimenting it. So we need to keep experimenting on all of this. But yes, it is possible that a single meditator is shifting the energy of the group. Okay. Energy means subconsciously deep inside, oh yeah, so energy is telling, so what should be happening. Somewhere deep inside, they may be thinking about too. But consciously, they won't agree because the mind does not allow them to agree. Because they have not gotten there yet, right? But that energy is rubbing them. Keep doing what you're doing, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Where are you from?
I'm from Nasik, sir.
Nasik. Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Such wonderful sharing. Very inspiring.
Thank you, ma'am.
Right. Next, we have Ashish ji. Please unmute yourself. Sorry.
Yeah. So, sir, this is basically just taking forward from what Amita ji asked some time back. So I have this question in a little different context that, see, my son is 21 years old and daughter is 14, and their views are so different from the kind of views that we have, which is fine. But when you say that, allow people to have the experience, etc., sometimes some of the things that I'm just going to give one small example that, I believe that it is better to sleep early, have practice, and then get up early and study. And my daughter is like, I cannot sleep early because I can only study late night. So she studies late nights, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and gets up, runs to school. So I feel, and this, I don't know. I sometimes feel helpless because she just doesn't. So they have their own views. They don't listen. So what do you do? Do you allow them to do? Do you tell them there is friction? So I'm really struggling on this front on how to really get across and communicate with my, growing. Of course, son is now grown up, but daughter is 14. So sometimes I want to tell her, don't do this, don't do that. and she says, no, this is good, and you don't understand. So that's the confusion, whether to allow and how to handle this. I think that is one of the toughest things that I am facing right now.
How many hours of sleep is required per day, per night?
But she doesn't even do any meditation. She just, I mean, she's having a very full day, all the whole, she's very active, so many things. And then when she says, I slept at 3 and then get up at 6 and go and run to school. I mean, I feel not 3 every day, but 1 has become very standard, 1 a.m. Sorry.
So how many hours of sleep are required?
So I used to always believe 7 and 8 hours, but now I'm saying meditation can reduce, but she's not even doing meditation. So
you're going back to causes. I'm asking a direct question. So how many hours of sleep is required?
At least for a student, 7 hours of sleep.
7 hours. But as you understand the concepts, see, meditation is a way to change your state of being, right? It's a way to change your state of being. It is to change the model that we set here in subconscious. She may be already a very, very senior meditator from her past. Who knows? Gautam Buddha became Buddha, Gautama to Siddhartha, Buddha, in a span of 1 hour. 3 hours, span of 3 hours. He understood himself. Does it mean that only 3 hours is all it took for the effort, or does it mean that we actually had that capable skill, that thing, that the whole understanding before? He carried it. So by looking at any person, we can never tell what they are and what they're not. Children, by definition and by default, are more evolved than parents by default. Generally we don't do generalized statements. By default, they're more evolved than parents because they come here to build upon what the parents have created as an environment, and so they grow from there. So it's not, you brought it to a point. She's not even meditating. So if there's one thing that you want to start talking about, and that's what I've done to my children, is come to meditation. Question them on the matters of spirituality. Something that's going to help them grow spiritually, question them. Something that's not, let it be. If there are so many people who can just sleep for 2-3 hours and then continue their life, so why not? I mean, sleep is here, and then it's all about energy, gain energy. A lot of times we gain energy when we do things that we are passionate about. We go into the flow, and so we gain energy. And when you're a youngster, there's a lot of energy there anyway. And I think day and night, all these concepts will shift significantly the more we meditate. It is crazy for people to think that, okay, why am I waking up at 1 o'clock and then stay till 4 and then I sleep for a couple of hours again, or not sometimes. It was unthinkable before. For a normal condition, mind says it's crazy. You're wasting, you're pushing yourself, you're making the body think. A lot of those are there. So it's like that, Ashish ji. It's not your child is alone, right? There are already billions of people out there. Many, many children do that. Right? You sleep at 3 and then wake up at 5 or 6 or 8. It's just the body is used to it. These are all okay things. What's important is, does he have awareness? Can I help her to develop awareness? That should become the only thing. She's going to figure out things based on what you are, by the way. They're going to pick up things based on what we are. So I always tell children are learning from the environment, from the teachers, from parents. And so whatever we are is what they're picking up. Absolutely. And of course, the friends, whatever we are, they're picking up. So if our upbringing, if you are confident about yourself, I think they're going to be that anyway. All these temporary things here, there, because they suddenly get freedom, so they have a lot of things that they're trying to adjust and balance themselves, how much freedom to use versus how much responsibility to show. All those things they're balancing, and they're trying to figure this out. I don't think we need to bucket too much around them.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, sir. This really helps. Yeah.
Thank you, Ashish. Very relevant question for parents.
Please read. When the more you read, more you understand that everyone is consciousness, everyone comes with their own experience. Khalil Gibran is saying, children are not your children. They come through you. They come through you. We have to study spiritual science more to understand this aspect, because it cannot be just randomly coming. You know, everyone is coming with their own plan and a design without a system understanding this. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Next, we have Monica ji. Please unmute yourself.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, every master. Good morning, good evening, everyone. Good evening, good morning, Chandra ji, Radhika ji. Today's topic was set clear goals. I do want to set a clear goal, but then I question whether the goal I'm setting is good versus bad. Is it good? At this stage of my life, is it good to set such a goal? Or should I change the goal and go for something else, which is more conservative? So I'm confused there about, do we judge our goals? When I'm making a goal for myself, why am I sitting in judgment of the goal that I want? That means I have some doubt somewhere. For example, I've had enough, but I want to have a different kind of life where I'm now flying high. But then I say, isn't that immoral? Am I right in thinking like that?
Yeah, it's important to think always about our wants. And meditation with more awareness will start thinking about our wants. Everything is there. You can manifest anything, and then you're on the other end, you say, why do I need it? You can manifest everything is there. On the other end is, I don't have to have anything. Both are there. So we have to constantly question ourselves. And so we start questioning, to start aligning towards, from our desires, we go towards our needs. From needs, we go towards others' needs. This is a path we all will take. It's all about our desires initially. And then slowly, as we experience some, then we know it. It's a game is over. It's game is done, and say, okay, what is there? Fine. If I need it, I'm going to have it. And then the desires will shift towards your needs. Because why do you need more? It should be ultimately just a need, right? But you need more. If I'm able to stay in a 2-bedroom house, I don't need a 10-bedroom bungalow just to show off or this and that. An initial stage desire is required, a mind game. We're all evolving. By the way, everybody is right in what they're thinking. So no judgments on anybody. It's all based on our evolution, our understanding. But if that awareness is there, if that understanding is there, that I'm here to experience, not to attach and possess and then hold on, and as long as that understanding is there, then we are on a safe path. Nobody's going to spoil the planet. I can tell you that much. It is okay to ask for something if because it passionately keeps burning you and said every time it go back to you, that finish it off, do it. Materially, you have to go after it, do it if it's bothering you too much. But if you have the ability to transcend and then experience it here, right in your thought level, finish it off right there. Dream about and live it, go extrapolate, extend your vision of whatever you're experiencing it, because many people can experience right here. They can produce the same level of chemicals to feel good and all that, right? And many times when you dream and visualize, it finishes here. You don't feel any more requirement. That's when all these doubts come. Do I really need it? Why do I need it? I feel like I already had it. I mean, it no longer excites me. When it no longer excites you, it's the time to start dropping that goal, but it's not required anymore. It's not required anymore, right? But the questioning is important, Monica. When we start questioning, then we start aligning to our true need. That's going to make us happy, lasting happiness.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Monica ji.
Thank you, sir.
Next, we have Ambika.
That'll be the last one. Okay.
Yes, that's the last one. Ambika ji, go and unmute yourself.
Good morning, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes.
Hello. So my question is that when you're affected by the external environment so much so that you are not able to change your present circumstances, then how do you set goals for the future?
Madam, you have to meditate more, understand more. Then it'll all happen.
See, if I give you a little explanation about the kind of work that we do, like we are government contractors and our input into our work is very less. We depend upon the policies that government gives us, and we depend upon, other factors. Our input is very, very less. So how to, when the environment around you is so negative, then how can you keep yourself positive and aim for the bigger things when you're already seeing that things are not conducive the way you want them to be? I mean, this external environment, I understand, should not affect your internal being, your state of being, but it does get affected. Then how to overcome that?
Environment is always affecting. Environment is always impacting, is always influencing, right? But our state of being, as it changes, as you increase your level of energy, now you start making conscious choices. You see, subconsciously, the thing plays out that, okay, I'm in a safe, comfortable position, and so I need to be the way I am today so that I'm safe and comfortable position. I'm just saying, I'm not sure, not knowing about how you are placed. But because you brought out something called government, I know some big company, a lot of times we hang in there because of safe, comfortable position. But let it be what. But the environment is always influencing. But the more we meditate, the more we start truly living to our feelings. And our feelings tell you that this is toxic. And so I must change. Either you're working towards changing the environment where you're consciously standing up and then start talking about meditation, start talking about positivity, and then how things can change. And so you actually effectively, and then first your vibration will start affecting the other people around you. It might appear like a daunting task. I'll tell you this. Patriji, for example, 40 years ago, was one person. He dreamt about changing the world to have meditation. Everybody must meditate. It's no different from your current situation, by the way. You think that everything is so negative around you, everything, right? It was the case for him too, right? And then he went one person by one person, one by one, because he was passionate about the cause. The cause of wanting everyone to meditate is you're passionate about. So it didn't matter how many he was impacting. It didn't matter about time, didn't matter to you. But he knew that it is about, you want to conquer the world, but you start with a village. So you started doing it one by one. And then today, millions of people are practicing this Ana-Pana-Sati pyramid meditation. If you are passionate, and then you will know it. If you are passionate about that thing you're talking about, then you start taking action right there, rather than waiting and saying the whole system will not change. You'll take an action. Your vibration will change, so some colleagues will change. And then together you'll start making a bigger impact, and it's possible. Now you are deeply passionate, and then you start making an attempt, and then automatically things will start supporting. You see, it's not always yours. You make one step, there are 10 steps are coming from this quantum field that supports you. Maybe those two key people will change. Maybe you will move into another important job where you can make a difference significantly. All those things will happen. So either our environment will change, or we move away from the environment, or we change the environment. In many ways, it's going to happen. Right? It's about how passionate you are of what you're saying. Right? If you've got a strong desire to make a difference in your current environment, in your current job, go for it. And everything will start coming to fall in place for you.
So does that mean that we should not pay attention to what are, the factors in the external environment, and try to keep our, feelings and emotions at the higher level, the frequency that we talk about? Absolutely. And then, is that also means that you're thinking out of the blue, like you are finding things practically, like difficult. But then your aim is to dream big, to achieve something that you have not been able to do so far. So is it again, I understand the quantum physics concept and all, but when it comes to applying it, I mean, I am meditating for 2 hours a day, but somewhere down the line, I do get affected by the external things. So I need, guidance for the same, and how to overcome that kind of a fear which comes up at that moment.
Read more, stay in the company of other meditators, constantly listen to the manifestation stories, bigger ones, bigger ones. But you start making steps. Environment is always influencing, I understand a challenge. And so the whole pursuit of meditation reading is about staying above the water, not get pulled down by the people around you. So staying above the water requires you to constantly become better and better at what you're doing. Okay. So keep meditating, keep reading, and then stay in the company of other people so that you don't fall into that. Other meditators, you don't fall into this, fall back in your old self. So you got the concepts right. You take action, start doing things, start visualizing, dreaming big, continue to do it. That's all it is. It's going to happen. A lot of it is right now theoretical, but when you start putting into practice and then you will start seeing the help coming in your way, then many of these questions will go away. Because help will come in.
I would love to see that happening.
In the least expected way, the help will come. All it requires is a strong boss to come for you, somebody who thinks like you. At IBM, when I wanted to step in to teach meditation IBM, what happened for me? I never knew that the general manager who is acquiring my company will actually turn into a strong meditator. I didn't know about it. But during the acquisition process, I was talking about it, said, if I'm going to be staying in this company, I would like to propagate meditation significantly. And I don't know if they're going to allow and all that, right? There are several VPs in IBM. I'm just going to be one VP out of maybe some 300 of them. But still a very senior position. And so after going in there, the nature's help is that my immediate boss, who is our co-founder, Lawrence, who we all heard on Saturday, she became a strong meditator. She shared the same vision immediately within 3 months, within 3 months. And then she came out of her conditioning and then she understood so rapidly. And then she said, let's team up and then let's go and do it. And so it was unthinkable to introduce meditation at the CEO level. But then within 2 years from the time we started, in the CEO who does an annual conference, she was holding a meditation session to all executives of IBM. It was unthinkable. In fact, she bet with me, our division with a $34 billion division head, she bet with me and said, this person will never take meditation. I can tell you, Chandra, whatever you're dreaming is impossible. In the beginning days of it, I said, Lawrence, let's keep doing. We'll figure this out. Let's see what happens. I'll tell you exactly 1 year later, the German boss was the one who called her and said, Lawrence, last time you said meditation, this year annually, I would like you to see if you want to hold a meditation. He herself invited. He may not be practicing meditation. He didn't practice, at least he didn't talk about it outside. But then he allowed the meditation session to happen for her. Everything is happening. It's our strong intent that we go in and then not plan too many things and then keep going at it. Spontaneously, things will start showing up. Okay. Thank you, friend.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. So we will meet back tomorrow. Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for great questions. So we'll see you all tomorrow.
Okay, I'm not sure what's going on. We'll have to. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you all.